What's up everybody? I just wanted to take a moment to tell you all about my TeeSprings. The reason I set up a TeeSpring store is because I had a multitude of ideas that I felt would look really awesome on a shirt, and I felt that maybe people who follow me, whether on Twitch or YouTube, and enjoy my content would actually like to wear them. We have shirts from the Crysis core logo to in-joke shirts and just straight badass design shirts. I only put up what I believe to be the highest quality designs on these shirts and set them to affordable prices I believe that people would be able to pay. So if you enjoy my content and you want to support me, why not buy a hoodie, shirt or other apparel from my TeeSpring store? Or don't, I mean it's your money, you do whatever you want with it.
Season's greetings and happy holidays from everybody here at GTG Network and Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at day 4 of Christmas / Goutmas in Goutopia here with GTG Network and Productions. Welcome. Couple of things. You guys saw the trailer for Dante Crysis' TeeSpring. Please check it out and whatnot. If you guys feel obligated, if you not obligated, don't feel obligated, but if you feel like there's something there that you like, I will leave the link to all of his information down in the description, his TeeSpring and everything else, where you want to, if you want to reach out to him directly if you have any questions or whatnot. And I think what he's doing is deserves some attention, and so by all means, if you guys feel like you want to support him, by all means, please do so. Second thing, and either Kenny or Kevin actually saw this in the comment section of video number 5, yesterday's video, where you guys had saw ads there. So let me go ahead and actually explain that. There's really nothing to explain, to be honest, nothing crucial, but let me just go ahead and put it out there for transparency's sake. The channel's not monetized. It's just not. YouTube keeps sending us things telling us, hey, you guys can monetize your channel, you're eligible, so on and so forth. It's not eligible for monetization. What you're when you see the ads on any of my videos ever from the beginning up till now is because I like using copyrighted shit, whether it's music or pieces of mainly music, a lot of music actually, music or like clips from movies or some shit like that. I usually get hit for a bunch of crap, but they never take the video down. They're just like, hey, we're gonna slap a claim on this, but the video will still be viewable worldwide. That's all I want. So if that helps get my message across, or is something funny, or sets the mood, or whatever the case may be, I'll take the claim. No biggie. I mean, I don't think they'll make much off of it anyway. They wouldn't make any more than I would. So whatever, to be honest. But that's the reason why. The guys keep saying here that hey, we can speed it up, we can slow it down. Channel's not monetized, so to be honest, what do I care? But they're telling me that because for the future, and I get it. And so, but no, we're not big enough we're not important enough to have ads on our channel. The channel's not even monetized. It's really just another party that's claiming it on behalf of the content creator or owner or whatever the case may be. So that's what the situation is with that. Sorry guys, I should have told you that. Most people know, but if not, my bad, because I realize that a lot of you guys are new. I don't look at the sub count, so I never really thought about it. So that's my apologies. I should be a bit more transparent. Speaking of which, though, let me go in the good faith of being transparent. As we move forward into 2019, I'll probably do a short video talking about what the future plans are for the channel. And as it pertains to Gout and Wine and Wine and Doubt, I'm gonna take as it pertains to music, I'm gonna probably go in a bit more of a jazz type. I'm probably going to go with a jazz type feel a little bit in a few of those, just to kind of test it out, see what you guys like, see what you guys don't like. I will try to remember to link the musician in the description below so you guys can see it. If you guys check the description of this video as the other Christmas videos, you'll actually see who the music belongs to and why it was and who claimed it, so on and so forth. So, but I'll try to link them if you guys ever want it. I usually don't mind telling you guys in the comment section or one of the other guys here, because I usually keep it like copy pasted to a note. But I can start doing that too, just so you guys, if you guys are ever interested. All right, guys. That's my holiday disclaimer. I hope your holiday season's going really well. To be perfectly honest with you, I haven't been able to reach out to a lot of you guys on Twitter. My apologies for that. Shouts out to the individual who sent me the Christmas card on Twitter. Thank you so very much and whatnot. I very much appreciate it. You'll more than likely definitely catch. Actually, I think you're out of my shout out list on the news broadcast, I think, already. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. Thank you so very much for sending me that Christmas card on Twitter, man. I very much appreciate it. I very, very, very much appreciate it. All right, guys. So we're going to get into episode 4 and whatnot. As you guys know, after episode 5, everything from here on out is literally going to be, we're going to find out what the thing is together, what the videos are for the next 4 videos. So we're just going to go in blind. The link to the video will be in the description. I don't know who exactly did it, so I'm going to say it's going to be either Snorpernell or Mr. Huffstuffs. Shouts out to both of them, either which way. And like I said, you'll find out who that individual is, what their video was in the description. Please check out their channel, leave a thumbs up, just say thank you, just showing appreciation to all of our detractors and for everything they do for us throughout the year. All right, just keeping in the holiday spirit. No holiday quotes or anything for me. At least nothing yet. So let's go ahead and get into the video proper. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for spending your holiday season here with GTG Network and Productions. And hopefully this will be entertaining for you. Here we go.
Alright, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everybody doing today? Start of a new week. Today is a holiday in the United States of America, if you're not aware. I am Darkside Phil, and today is Monday, May 29th, 2017, also known as Memorial Day here in the United States of America. If you don't live in the United States, you might have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. You know what? I wouldn't even blame you in that regard. Because the bottom line is that a lot of Americans don't really observe the meaning behind the holiday. Much like many of these holidays over the years, they lose their meaning. They become more commercial. They become more of a day when people see it as either like just a day off from school or work, or they take it as a way to turn it into something else that it's not. So for those who don't know, Memorial Day in the United States is a day when we take time out to honor those who have served in our military, our armed forces, and lost their lives. They paid the ultimate price to provide freedom for us. Okay, you know, a lot of people take a lot of stuff for granted, that's for sure. They don't realize that even though
DSP being one of them.
The United States currently is in a political climate that's crazy and controversial, and a lot of people are so upset about this or that, or, you know, presidency's going this way, the government's going that way. There are a lot of personal freedoms, and
like the right to snort.
And things that we take for granted all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely enjoy the fact that I live in a country where at every waking moment I don't have to worry about someone storming into my house and executing me and kidnapping my children and recruiting them to some kind of military force. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. We have personal wealth. We don't have a commonized wealth system. There's a lot of things that are...
In truth, only in America could Phil do what he does and get away with it. To be honest with you. I would say Canada too, maybe, but like, I mean, I don't know. I don't live in Canada. I want to visit Canada though, but I don't live in Canada. I got relatives up there though. But anyway, I would just say only in America Phil could get away with the bullshit. He gets away with it. Like, seriously, like, he does nothing. Like, when you see him on stream, he does nothing. Like, it's the laziness. It's the laziest of lazy when it comes to streaming. By far. There are YouTube channels, as well as Twitch channels, as well as Stream.me channels, as well as Mixer channels, who go far and beyond and whatnot and get pennies compared to Phil. So, like I said, he's very lucky that he was able to make money doing what he was able to do. And not only that, but for as long as he was able to do it.
Are nice about the United States that a lot of people take for granted. And a lot of that is due to the fact that we have an armed forces of people who, you know, sacrifice a ton. And today we honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Okay? It's funny because a lot of Americans have turned today into a day where it's about going out and having a barbecue or going to the beach, or, you know, it's the day off where you just sit around drinking beers, watching TV, and they don't even actually take the moment out to even think about those who've given their lives
for their ability to be able to do that today, you know. So anyway, before we get started with today's festivities here on stream, I would like to just take a moment to you know, reflect and say thank you to anyone who has in the United States given their life to the armed forces. It is much appreciated, and you know, it should be called out today of all days. It is the national day for it. All right. So now that that is over with, today's Persona 5, ladies and gentlemen, as I said on social media, as I said in the weekend preview, and as I said everywhere, where people are getting this weird impression that I'm playing Friday the 13th today, I have no idea. I guess people just don't listen. I don't really know what else to say about that. I've been saying I'm fed up with Friday the 13th. The game did not work all weekend when I wanted to play it. I already blew 2 main streams trying to get this fucking game to work. And I already explained that, yes, I would consider re-examining Friday the 13th later in the week, but it would not be today, because I wanted to actually have a solid stream of stuff that would work today.
Now, I wonder if that was up to this point, I should say, has he been trolled yet on that Friday the 13th stream? I wonder if that's happened. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. And no, I do not believe that there was a miracle overnight that would magically make the game work. They claimed that they worked on it and it works. And immediately as they posted that up on their Facebook page, several dozen people posted up the fact that they still can't play the game. Same error still happening. So I don't care. It's not worth the time or the effort or the money right now to play this game. It's just not. Later this week, once I'm through a few solid days of streaming that actually fucking work, I may come back to it, alright? But I'm not going to waste my time with this game moving forward. I'm seriously not. I'm just not. I'm tired of it. I would much rather play a game that I know is going to work, that I know I'm going to have a solid stream with no issues, and not be all frustrated today on the stream of stuff still not working, okay? So that's the bottom line, is it's not worth the time or effort. I will try it later this week. Now, I want to explain, because I already explained, but I'll explain again. That does not mean that tomorrow I'm trying Friday the 13th either. I've already explained tomorrow is a new release day, double new release day, with Star Trek Bridge Crew for the PSVR, and then The Walking Dead Season 3 final episode. All right.
Okay, so for any of you guys who have been around, you know that PSN VR was a waste of goddamn money. He spent, I don't know, I think he spent what? Was it literally like $200? It might have been $150. I can't remember. But I remember him doing the unboxing for it, and it was a waste on him anyway. I mean, granted, they didn't have a lot to offer with the VR, but it just, I mean, not like now, like the Oculus, I think is what it's called. That shit's actually pretty dope, and there's a lot to it. But even though when PlayStation did it, there wasn't a lot there. And also, he was complaining too. One of the reasons why he stopped using it was something about like it made his head sweat or something. He's a pig, so everything makes him sweat. But that's one of the reasons why he never went back to it. And then there's no games, so that was kind of a waste. And then Walking Dead is Walking Dead. I mean, it is what it is. Sadly, they end up going under, so there you go on that.
You should definitely watch the weekend preview this week, because I discuss in detail the fact that really at this point I'm not going to read YouTube comments anymore.
All right, and before we get into what the main thing is, I guess talking about YouTube comments is how do they not know what his schedule is or what he's playing, what he's not playing? He updates that shit on Twitter every goddamn day, like every day. He updates it like religiously at this point. I think he may update it almost twice a day at times, depending on what comes up. So how do they not know what he's doing? Then again, Almighty Tevin did point out that his schedule was kind of erratic, and I can't remember if it was because of Lightside Bill who brought that up, or James the Lesser, or Theo. Shouts out to all three of them, by the way. But one of those three prompted him, and then Almighty Tevin had thought about it also. Praise be Almighty. All right, let's continue.
There's no point in doing so. There's no point in wasting my time when the vast majority of YouTube comments that I get at this day and age are negative as hell. They're not productive. They're not constructive. It's just a bunch of dumb kids who are trying to get themselves noticed in negative videos. People who make videos of montages of gameplay with negative comments, and then they try to fucking, make it look like there's tons of people attacking me, which honestly there are now, because that's it, they're all trying to get attention. They purposely say ridiculously negative things, or just things that are crazy out of nowhere, insulting, in order to get a shout out in a fucking negative video. And I can't control it. I'm sorry, but I'm just one man.
Now, let's talk about that for a minute. So this is when I guess either he stopped reading comments or he disabled them altogether. I don't remember exactly which. Because for Phil, that means the exact same damn thing. Phil getting rid of the comment section is one, if you're not kissing his ass, if you're not kissing his ass about shit, he just doesn't want to see it. Two, shadow banning people's comments was getting the best of them. It was getting tired. It was getting tiring. Exhausting, actually. It was getting old. Because just like on Twitch, people would just make fake accounts. Everybody has sock accounts. Well, some of us have sock accounts when it comes to YouTube. So it's very easy to sit there and just, jump onto another account and do that and, do what you got to do. And he just got tired of it. He got real tired of it. But the thing is it screwed him over. It screwed him over from a engagement standpoint, which actually leads to another interesting thing I was thinking about. So like I said, whenever you put in a comment, it helps in your engagement, yeah? And if you react to the comment, or if other people react to it, it just helps with the engagement of the video, get you further and further up. Your likes and dislikes do the exact same thing. Also, the related channels actually helps out a lot too, and whatnot. And that made me think, right? When Phil got rid of the related channels, I thought he was doing it so he could get rid of, so he wouldn't worry about getting paired up with the detractors. And I think he said as much at one time. But it also made me think of something else too. Phil was so resentful of people like PewDiePie, Ninja, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and some of these others, that he may have gotten rid of the related channels to keep them from being associated with his channel too, which is one of the dumbest things that any person would ever make a move on. At the end of the day, you want to be paired up with people that do what you do. Like at current, right? If I look at my related channels, let's see if I can pull it up real fast. You might not be able to see it, but I think I can see it. Okay, so I'm put up against, let's see here, or up with, sorry, not against. Almighty Tevin, Snorpernell, Mr. Huffstuffs, Lightside Bill, Volt Boy, and Mighty D. Okay. Usually Memology's there, actually. Interesting. Yeah, usually Memology's in there. Okay, so that's who they related my channels with. Everybody has this. It's the same shit, unless your channels, or unless YouTube's trying to put you into the algorithm and trying to get you established. Then you just get linked up with popular channels. Phil screwed himself when he did that. He really, really did, and he didn't see it in the long term because PewDiePie did it. Angry Joe did it. So if they can do it, I can do it. The thing is, idiot, is those guys bring in millions and millions of views a day. You can barely pull 1 million views in a month. There's a big difference there, Dave. the numbers aren't squaring up if so to speak. So Phil really screwed himself on that one, but that's what Phil's good at doing. That just goes to show exactly how fragile of an individual he is. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody is susceptible to criticism. Okay? I've said that. Plenty of other people will say it. You may not like it, but we're all susceptible to it, and for good reason, because that keeps us on the straight and narrow. It gives you a chance to grow. You may not like how people deliver the criticism. I can understand that, but sometimes you got to be able to look past maybe how vulgar it is and see what's there. There is nothing. Or there isn't anybody, I should say. Well, there's nothing and there's nobody who is worthless or useless per se. Phil's definitely useless. But at the same time, he's a case study, and there's a lot that can be taken from him. You just have to put work into it. Everybody has some type of inherited value. You can learn from just about anybody. Whether you feel that you're above them from an intellectual standpoint, or from an experience standpoint, or vice versa. You can always learn from somebody. The thing is with people like Phil, is they believe that because they've been doing it for so long, and they feel, and they were successful at one time, they don't need to hear anything from anybody else. Oh, I've been successful before, I'll be there again. Oh, it's only the haters that did it. Oh, it's the detractors that did it. Oh, YouTube fucked me up. You see how it works? He has all these excuses to justify in his own head why he's a failure. Which, ladies and gentlemen, he is a failure. Do not second guess that. Okay, I'm a cute and cuddly pup in a sharp suit, and it's the holidays. Please do not question that. I promise you. He's never going to get back to where he was. Period. Even if he changed, he would have to market himself to a whole new fan base. And he can't do it. He can't. He's not willing to. He's too old. He's not relatable because he doesn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a major, major problem for Phil Burnell. That's why Phil Burnell is going to be stuck the way he is. Even Wings, theoretically, if he was willing to change his ways and he was able to get around a new group of people and whatnot, he would probably be a bit more manageable. He could salvage something. He'll probably never get to where he was, but he could salvage something. Phil can't do that. He really can't. I don't know. I'll have to have a discussion with a bunch of fellow detractors and we'll talk about that. But here, let's continue. But anyway, him killing the comment section was him doing it for his own pride, for his own fragile ego, and it did him no favors. But he can't go back on it because Phil Burnell's never wrong. He wins every charge back. He's right about everything. Who cares? And I want you to think about this. Who cares that a comment on your video end up making into a detractor's video? You're not watching that detractor video, so what do you give a shit about? Oh, unless you are watching those detractor videos and it's just irking you more and more and more that those comments keep popping up. When people like Voltboy, for example, he still does that. He just doesn't do it on Phil's videos. He does it on his own. I start to do that a little bit, where I take comments from my own comment section and put it in my videos. It's still shitting on Phil, or it's still making an excellent point. You didn't stop the game, Phil. You didn't. It's just funnier because everybody knows that you saw the comment and it was able to get basically copy and pasted before you were able to shadow ban it. Only difference. Let's continue.
I certainly don't have time to sit here and micromanage the comments on every YouTube video. You know, years ago, I would try to clean up the comments, and I got nothing but negativity for, oh, Phil's a Nazi. He's too controlling. He should just let the comments go. So I did, and now look what's happened. Now the comments are completely uncontrollable and become this real negative thing. So honestly, I just don't care about it anymore. I don't read them. I haven't read YouTube comments in a while. It's been shit. The last time I read YouTube comments,
but that doesn't mean he's still not shadow banning them though.
Months. It's very rare. Maybe every once in a while, if I put out a game review on KO Gaming, I'll read the comments, or sometimes on the vlogging stuff, I'll read the comments. Okay. But the bottom line is there's no real reason for me to bother with it anymore. There's so many other ways that people who are actually positive, people who are viewers who like my stuff, and actually want to either give feedback or talk to me about something. There's so many ways you could reach me on Twitter at @TheyCallMeDSP. You can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. You could talk in the stream chat here. You can post.
All right, let's jump in for a minute. One, he's not talking to you in the stream chat unless you give him money. That's been proven. That's tried, true, and tested. Period. Secondly, email. Unless you're talking money, unless you're talking about giving him something for free. Third thing, and most importantly, Twitter. Twitter's a joke. Reaching out to Phil. To be honest with you, if you say something, if he senses something, even in the slightest that he don't like, you've been blocked. You've been blocked. And he has fans who have reached out to him multiple times on Twitter and then have to come to the stream, as has happened recently, but it's happened before this, have to come to their streams, throw money at him and be like, hey man, I reached out to you on Twitter. And he's like, and he'll come up with this bullshit excuse about, oh man, I got so many people, I got hundreds of things happening in my day, I don't have time for it, I'm never gonna see it. Just reach out to me in my email through hotmail.com, and I'll get to you eventually. And he never gets to them. So Phil is not someone that you need to be reaching out to. It's useless unless you talk in dollars. Reaching out to him doesn't make sense. Period. I don't smell no dinner cooking. I don't smell no dinner cooking. He's not going to reach back. He's not going to reach back. Even to those who you know, at him on Twitter and be like, you know, hey Phil, man, you've really helped me get through a rough day or whatever. Nah, he doesn't touch back on none of that at all. He reads it, gets his mental masturbation off, and he's on with his day. He doesn't care about much else outside of that. So why do you need to respond to someone who you've already helped? In his mind, I should say. Just my opinion. Let's go.
Up on the forums. All right. There's so many things you can do to contact me. Right? So there's no reason to have to use this uncontrollable, unmoddable system of filth. It really is. YouTube itself as a website has degraded into such a toxic fucking thing. It's pretty ridiculous. It really is. How that business has changed for the worse, and how they have made zero effort whatsoever in actually trying to make the site better, and instead are so worried about the stupidest shit that they've lost all their advertisers, and it's a joke. It really is a joke at this point. So there's absolutely no point in doing it, in reading the comments anymore on YouTube, alright? So that's the deal. I'm not reading YouTube comments anymore, folks. I'm just not. Well, I'm not but I basically asked in the Week in Preview 2, you know, feedback. Do people think that even comments should even be left on? Because if I'm not going to be reading comments, and people aren't going to be using comments for positive things, why should I even bother with it? Right? Why should I even bother? There's no point. There's no point in having YouTube comments if they're garbage, which they are. They're toxic garbage. So, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm certainly not making any decisions, but I don't even see the reason for YouTube comments to exist.
Now, like I said, this is around the time where PewDiePie was getting hit with some negativity. He wasn't dealing with it well, and so he cut off the comments for a little while. Phil looks at it as, oh, well, now my fan base is saying, oh, Phil, we're tired of coming to your videos and having a conversation amongst ourselves. Good old boys club. And all of a sudden, these hater comments pop up, man. And you should just cut them off altogether, man. You should just do it. You should do it. Here's the thing. I don't think the majority said that. There's a reason for that. Because you can't give any feedback to Phil if he cuts the comments off. And if you're not someone who shows up to his streams, meaning a fan of his, who doesn't show up to his streams, how else do you reach out to him? All right, we already went over the bullshit on why on those other avenues. Those avenues are closed off on purpose for a reason. Period. You're wasting your time. So the comment section is one of the best ways to do it. So how are they supposed to reach out to you? Phil, I think at one time, tried to say that he was protecting people in his fan base by not having the comment section up because he was afraid that they would get attacked for defending him. I've never seen necessarily anybody get attacked. I've seen some arguments break out because, well, that's usually what's going to happen when you have two people that feel strongly about a particular subject, or you have a troll that's really good at what he does, or he or she does. Outside of that, gutting the comment section was something he was always planning on doing. He just needed probable cause. He needed a reason to do it, and it saved nobody anything. Ended up hurting him in the long run, and he's still to this very day scared to do it. He's to this very day scared to do it because he can't leave it alone. He can't just turn on the comment section and walk away. He can't do it. He'll treat it just like he treats the comment, his stream chat. And you see how he's starting to flip out over that nonsense. You know, look at Wings of Redemption. As of recent, he sat there and gutted all of his mods. Every one of them. Any person that he had made a mod, they're gone. They're just gone. Because he says that they were doing basically ops behind the scenes. Unblocking people who he had blocked or banned for whatever reason. He said there was some other shady shit going on. I don't know. I have to go over the video. Shouts out to Sean Ranklin. and Wings just couldn't handle it. But then again, Wings is sitting there looking at his chat all damn day. So it is what it is. Now Wings is trying to take down channels again, which is dumb. He needs to leave that shit alone because those people keep him relevant. But now somebody's helping him behind the scenes to target channels that make fun of him. He'll never take them down, so I don't know why he keeps trying. But whatever. It is what it is. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I'm rambling now, is it's a useless endeavor. if you made your whole life this platform and you can't even handle it now, you can't even handle what comes with it, then you need to move the fuck on. And I mean that, ladies and gentlemen. If you come onto these videos, on any video, and that you make, I should say, that you're making, and you see criticism and you can't handle it, like if you feel a certain type of way about it for a little while, I get it. Some of that shit might even make you hot. I get it. I'm right there with you. But if you let that shit carry over anything past 20 minutes, past an hour, past a day, you need to either step away from this shit for a while, or you might need to just stop. It's not that serious. There shouldn't be a faceless individual on the internet that should bother you that much. If it is, then you're taking this shit way too serious. It's not worth it. It's really not. I promise you. Just my opinion. Here we go.
I mean, let's face it. YouTube itself as a whole is on the way out. And it's their own fault. So, who knows what's going to happen with that, right? But...
Interesting point, Phil. This right here is that's a bit of a reference to that whole Amazon direct video service that Phil's been waiting for. It's not going to happen, or certainly not going to happen the way he thinks it's going to. And even if it does, he's going to be fucked. I'll wait until we do that video though, and then we'll go over it. But he'll be screwed if it happens. I promise you. And I'll even break it down, at least in my own opinion, why he'll be screwed, and why here at GTG Network and Productions we give you our oath to put our best paw forward to make sure that he is tormented there. Oh yes, oh yes. He will feel the detractor sting, if you will, if they ever turned it into a legit service like that. Well, at least the way he wants it. They're not going to though. It's a waste.
We'll see. I mean, I'm certainly not giving up on YouTube. I think that the vlogging at least has a place on YouTube. You know, the video reviews and archiving the videos, they all make sense. But that's what I think YouTube really is going to be now. It's going to be like an archive place, while, as I've said many, many, many times, my main focus will be right here in the streaming, okay? And shout out to Dark Viking 159 who did a 30-bit cheer. He says, Phil, I love your vids and streams. I saw it.
Okay, so real quick, as I'm talking, you guys can read that if you want to. Here's one of the major problems, I think, as it pertains to the whole archive situation. If it is an archive, and we've gone over this before, we've joked and laughed about it. If YouTube's really an archive, why are you complaining about it? It's an archive that still brings tens of thousands of dollars into you each year. Stop your complaining. Phil's greedy though. So his greed gets the best of him, and that's why he gets screwed over there. Secondly, if it's just an archive channel, and you don't care about what's going on over there because your focus is streaming, then why can't you just keep the comment section up and just keep it moving? Yet again, he is willing to, as I've said in previous videos and broadcasts, he will sacrifice money to protect his ego. At the end of the day, Phil will sell his parents if the money's right, but for whatever reason, he won't sell. He won't let his ego be bent. Well, maybe not be bent, but it's certainly been broken. Be bent in the pursuit of cash. Now, most people would be like, "Oh, well, isn't that something to respect?" Hell no, hell no. Self-respect is one thing. Your ego's another. You know what I'm saying? Your ego's another. You can. A lot of us, to be honest with you, can do without an ego. To be honest with you, especially one that's inflated. But that's how Phil thinks. And the reason why Phil does that is because he knows he has a group of suckers, sorry, but that's what they are, has a group of suckers who will pay him later on down the line. And all of this is just part of the scheme and whatnot to push the agenda forward. It is what it is.
What happened? Oh, he's talking about what happened the other day when I was playing Friday the 13th and some moron fucking just started saying stupid shit. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is when that Friday the 13th happened, when he got ripped into. Like, them guys ate his ass. Like, quite literally. He's like, is that the guy? I think he's sitting there streaming on Twitch. Is that really him? It's the guy. I'm watching him on Twitch. It's that guy. It was that shit. And the thing is, about that particular situation is Phil played along with it. He should have just left, or just should have not have said anything. He tried to fight it, which just caused that guy to bring more and more out, and then they basically dogpiled him, no pun intended, and he left broken and looking like a dumbass, to be honest with you. He never really recovered from that. You know what I mean? So every time he watches a Snort Brunel video, because trust me, I know he does, he has to feel butthurt about that. His little piggy bacon is definitely burning over that one. And for good reason. He didn't have to sit there and deal with that, and he definitely shouldn't have engaged. Them guys were ready for him. I promise you, those guys were ready for him and whatnot. And that's how it is with the majority of people that Phil engages with online. They have something for him, and they're prepared. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's like taking the snort exam. Everybody's ready. You just don't know when you're going to take it. But everybody's ready for it. Oh, man. Let's continue.
I don't care. These dumb. All they do is these dumb kids make themselves look so bad. I mean, did you hear the fucking kid? Kid had a higher pitched voice than me, trying to insult me, saying the same stupid shit, bringing up shit that's over a year ago. It's incorrect. The same nonsense, the same parroting sheepish bullshit, just proving that he has a fucking walnut in place of a brain. Someone who'll never be a productive member of society, and it is what it is. Nobody cares. Yes, please consider pledging the next 2.5 days. I'll be honest, right now we're close to the edge of qualifying. Right now it's very much uncertain whether or not we will hit the goal this month. Last month we only hit the goal by $18. This month we're right there on the precipice again. Typically we get a group of people who always kind of get declined when it comes to their pledges. And right now...
Okay, so they just surpassed the goal by what? $18 he said? I think? Or whatever? Or they were just short of the goal? I think he said he just surpassed the goal of $18. Sorry about that. So, getting, what would that be? $12.68? Is that the situation? Like, that's what we're upset about? Come on, Phil. Let's talk about that for a second, Phil. How many times have you set a Patreon goal, because you've done it a couple times, didn't hit it, and you just kept the money, and then just reset the goal for the next month? You've done that a couple of times, to be honest. And whatever happened, and what reimbursement did you give there, if any? It's like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a problem with not that I can have a problem. You do what you want, but I don't have a problem with people giving people money, right? But don't let yourself be suckered or conned out of it. That's just unnecessary, and it's a really dumb precedent that doesn't need to be set. You know what I'm saying? Like, money doesn't grow on trees. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you have, I should say. Sorry about that. Either save it or send it to somebody who you feel is worthwhile. Don't just keep dumping it into assholes like Phil.
We're in a situation where if a bunch of people get declined, we're not going to hit the monthly goal. So please, do not take it for granted. A lot of people do. Because a lot of people think, oh, Phil hits the goal every month. He's not going to need the support or whatever. He's fine. He's doing good. His Twitch is doing good and everything. He doesn't need the help. He's going to do it. No, we're at the point where, we're very much on the precipice of not hitting the monthly goal. And that would be very bad.
Whoa. Now, this right here is a really great point, because that leads into what's going on right now. I'm going to be jumping ahead a little bit because I haven't done the broadcast yet, but Phil has made... People are saying he's made about $12,000, a little more, a little less. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comment section as it pertains to gifted subs on Twitch this month. And yet he's getting mad because everybody else has slowed down because Emerald 7 has ramped up his donations. And if we go back last year, he's talking about Patreon. He was focusing on Patreon. He hasn't done it a lot this year. He's making the $1,250 goal. $1,250. He has been for a couple months outside of a couple of outliers, but essentially he's made it, and he's getting mad that they're not surpassing it. They're not giving him over $1,250 because he may Not that he does, but he may have something happen, and you guys need to contribute. You guys need to go above and beyond, to be honest, just to make sure that the goal is reached every month. But the problem is, for Phil, and I said it back then, I say it now, he needed people to hit the goal because he needed to maintain confidence. He needed people to believe that the Patreon goal was important, not just to himself, but to them, and they had to contribute. Just like how he says, if you guys do not give me money, all of this goes away, and then I won't be around. Like anybody gives a shit. Well, like anybody really gives a shit.
Because not only do I depend on this Patreon support to keep this going, but I want to do the monthly goals. I love doing them, but I have to stick to my guns. And if we don't hit the monthly goal, I have
to be compensated, is what he means.
To say, no, I'm not going to do it, because it's supposed to be a motivational tool to get people to pledge. You know what I mean? Now it's not.
Yes, give me money so I can play games that I was going to play anyway. So thank you for the $12.50 to play the game, and then come out to the streams and give me money there too, and then show up to my YouTube channel and watch the ads so I can get the money off that also. That's quite the marketing scheme, Phil. That's quite the marketing scheme.
Like, I'm not going to give you a shout out either. If you take a look here, Dark Viking 159 also just did a 20-bit cheer and said, have you ever thought of using the sound notification for cheers so you know when you got a cheer when you're playing? Two things. Number one, no, because I wouldn't hear it. Unlike 99% of other people who stream on Twitch and do this on-screen notification stuff, I'm not sitting at a PC. I know a lot of other Twitch streamers, the way they do it is they sit at a PC, they're at a desk, and they're in a computer chair, and they've got headphones on, and they're hearing all the sounds that are coming through their PC, so they'd hear this audio notification. That's not how I do things. I do things in a method that I try to isolate myself as if I'm playing a game like normal. All right? Like a normal guy just sitting in his room playing a game. I'm on a love seat, and the audio that I use is the audio coming out of my console, not out of my PC. Okay? So even if I had these audio cues for him, I wouldn't hear them. That's number one. I just wouldn't hear them.
Well, first things first, it doesn't matter because it's not for you anyway. Those audio cues and all the flashing and everything on screen is to present that person to the chat, to the stream itself, that, hey, you've donated. Hey, you've resubbed for the 12th month in a row. This, that, and the third. Why the fuck do you... Sorry, it's the holidays. Why is it that you need to micromanage everything that goes forth through that chat? That is something that pops on screen, it's something for the stream, and it keeps moving. Which would be helpful to you, Dave. But instead, you have to have full control over everything. You have to micromanage everything. And all that does is defer from the game, which in turn brings down the stream. How is it that you don't know this? Hence the reason why people keep asking for you to do that. No one cares that you don't get to hear the audio cue. You shouldn't. You should be focused on the game. Remember? Like, you sitting on your love seat, sitting there with your little headsets on that are overpriced and unnecessary, and playing that goddamn game. While the stream itself, which is almost a separate entity from you, can kind of reap the benefits of people who contribute to it. And those people can be shouted out, given their notifications, so on and so forth. But the reason why he does that, ladies and gentlemen, is because, one, he gets to micromanage. Two, he feels that the real value doesn't come from the notification on screen. It's from him acknowledging you guys. It's him that you're paying to acknowledge you. Which is as narcissistic as it could get. It's classic sociopath type behavior. But, what are you going to do?
Number two, I do think that having noises would be too distracting. You know, it's one thing, you get a little pop-up notification, it appears in the corner of the screen. I always try to position it so that it's not really interfering with anything important for what game I'm playing, which is, as you've noticed, since I started my new streaming methods, right, the new way that I do it, I constantly am adjusting where the pop-up messages appear, dependent on the game, trying to make it as less intrusive as possible, all right? if I had a noise now every time that it happened, you know what would happen. You'd have people spamming on purpose just to have it be distracting, and it would definitely take away, in particular, games where you need concentration. You know, it would be so freaking distracting, in my opinion anyway. You know, I'm sure there's some people who figured it out and maybe have a good balance of a way to do it. But for me, I don't like that idea, and I want, primarily, yes, coming to my streams, a lot of it is about interacting with me. I understand that, but I also want it to be about the game. I don't ever want it to be that I did a stream today and the stream was completely worthless in regards of any kind of game progression or any kind of, you know, gameplay, because all it was me dicking around with noises and pop-ups and everything just to make fundraising. Yes, the streams in a lot of ways have become more interactive because I want to make Twitch my focus, and I would love to have this be the majority of what I am able to run the business on, but I don't want it to become a fundraiser stream. You know what I mean? Where the vast majority of time...
the irony of that. Especially since, what's this, 2007? Or 2017? So yeah, later on that year, he had like 2 fundraising streams actually, or at least one. He had one, I think. Yeah, the one in December, because I don't know if you'd say the one in around Thanksgiving was. So yeah, so I'm sorry. So the one in November was kind of like the prelude. The one in December was definitely a fundraiser, and then he did another one in the beginning of the year before he got smacked down. So there you go on that. Secondly, the reason why he doesn't want the notifications yet again is, in truth, he doesn't want any attention taken away from him, which is a great point that's being presented by Theo, James the Lesser, obviously Almighty Tevin, praise be Almighty, as well as people on Kiwi Farms and on Twitter and so on and so forth. Is this idiot is such an egotistical maniac that he can't let anybody be the center of his stream but him. Now, granted, we know this. We saw this with Waifu Destroyer Matt. I'm not going to call him a cuck because it's the holiday season. But Waifu Destroyer Matt, we saw what happened to him, how he got... God damn it, you're a cuck. You got cucked hard as shit for like 10 minutes for no reason, and then showed back up and let it happen to... Waifu Destroyer Matt, we saw what happened to War Dog Leader and the disrespect that he ended up getting over that situation with his brother, which is a goddamn shame. Phil went way beyond with that nonsense. It should have never gone there. It's just what Phil is. And this is what happens, and that's the definition of a safe space. And people who need safe spaces like that will do anything to defend it, no matter what. And everybody else is collateral damage.
Is just sitting here, you know, noises, pop-ups, and everything. I want there to be valid and legitimate gameplay that's entertaining as well. Keep in mind, as I said, I am recording for YouTube. There's a big group of people who watch these videos on YouTube who don't give a shit about the stream interactivity. It's just the truth. In particular, this month, the month of May, I saw a huge spike in my YouTube views, primarily because of Prey, and then because of Injustice 2. So it's just proving there is still a YouTube audience for my videos. Absolutely there is. And I don't want to completely isolate that audience and make them feel like they're missed out on the thing that was interesting because they weren't there live. You know what I mean?
Even though twice this year, 2018, you told the YouTube crowd, which is South Goutopia, to step their shit up. First time you did it is you try to strong arm them and try to blackmail them in some ways, saying that if they do not step their shit up, that you're just going to keep all of your content over there on Twitch. That was the first time. Second time, which is just recently, you told them to step up because you really needed their help, and everybody on Twitch was already giving 110%, and you needed the collective to come together now. Just it's amazing what happens, ladies and gentlemen, in like a year. A little more, a little less, actually.
So, there you have it, folks. That's the deal. No, I would not use the audio notifications at this time. Now, listen, things change, and I hate that people, some people, some closed-minded people, these are the people who I described them yesterday as concrete brains, okay? Unlike all of us normal humans who our brains are like sponges and we absorb information and we learn and we know that things can change over time and adapt and become, you know, a different situation. You know, we get it. We're intelligent. There's some people who have concrete brains and they think that everything is black and white, and therefore because today I said I'm not doing something, that means that in the future, if anything were to change, that I'm a hypocrite, right? Not that things change or things adapt, you know. There was a time when I said I would never use direct capture. There was a time when I said I wouldn't live stream. There was a time when I said I wouldn't do on-screen notifications and shout out thank yous. But times change, because intelligent humans know that. Mature humans can figure that out. Concrete-headed brains can't figure that shit out. You know? They actually think that there's like right and wrong, black and white. There's no shades of gray. Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever adapts. Then, by the way, these are the same people who will complain if they think something's right and that you don't do it right away. They'll be the first ones to complain and say that you don't listen to criticism. Oh, hold on. King of Hypocrisy has done a sarcastic cheer that I will address. He's done a 10-bit sarcastic cheer. He says, Phil, why do you refer to other people as humans? Are you a space alien wearing human skin like that guy in Men in Black? Yes. I don't know why you guys didn't know that.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's that might very well be the birth of Pig Roach. Just saying.
But yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. I am a space alien. I didn't know how you. I've only said a million times that this is the case. All right. And by the way, I'm accidentally banning a bunch of people. I'm trying to move my stream chat yet again, and I just banned a bunch of people. So apologies if I could fix this, but I can't because the fucking people keep typing, and I can't unban the people who I accidentally banned. Hold on a second here, everybody. I accidentally banned PC Game Hunter and Bufubai, so I'm going to unban them now. Unban PC Game Hunter. There we go. Okay, I unbanned both of you guys. It was a mistake. This is the problem with Stream Chat. This is why I hate it. I hate Twitch Stream Chat. It's great because it has all these fun emotes. But it's also one of the worst designed stream chats I've ever seen in my life. I'm just trying to move the chat, and because I'm finalizing here to start gaming. And it's delayed because my laptop sucks. And you clicked on a name, you clicked on these stupid, there's this little mark next to everyone's name that if I accidentally click on it, it bans them from the fucking room. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And just because people keep typing, all of a sudden everyone's names keep scrolling too. So that's the other thing. Maybe there actually is someone in the stream chat that says something nasty or whatever, and you 9 times out of 10 when I try to ban someone from this chat, it fucking misses and it clicks on the wrong person.
Okay, so what did we find there? Chat sucks because I thought these two guys said something and they didn't, so I accidentally banned them. Now, whose fault is it for that? Twitch, because it's poorly designed chat. You guys in the chat that's talking too goddamn much, which is causing things to go by too fast, and this shitty laptop that you guys expect me to bring you quality content on, and you guys aren't donating enough money to my fucking Patreon, so I can have the $1,800 to $2,000 a month, so I could get a better laptop, which he'll never get a better laptop. Which that's another thing too. People in his fan base will send him a new console, but no one will send him a new laptop? I mean, you don't have to get him a high-end laptop. He doesn't need, like, an Alienware or anything like that. Like, send him a Dell or an HP or something. Just send him a decent laptop. That's all he fucking needs anyway.
It really is a terrible situation. Or a terrible, not situation, but a terrible system. The old IRC chat that I used when I was streaming on YouTube is so much better, but because it's not pretty and it doesn't have all the emotes, people don't understand why it's better. So, we got another troll in the chat. He says, when are you going to sort out that bald spot on your chin? There is none. I've only explained this about 1,000,000 times. Those are white hairs. My goatee is getting a lot of white hairs now because I'm getting older. And it's not like it was when I started on YouTube almost 10 years ago. When I first grown it out, it was all dark. Now I got a lot of white hairs, so it ends up making it look like it's lighter in certain places. But it's just white hairs. And I've said this 1,000,000 times, but it's just a dumb troll who's trying to get a fucking attention. Just proving that they have, fewer brain cells than the rest of us in their heads, so.
Then how smart are you by giving him that attention? The very attention that he's allegedly seeking. And it is going bald. Stop lying.
Yeah, I could dye it, but I don't care. That's the thing. It would be one thing if I was one of these people who's like so all about looks and so all about that. I'm not. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care that I have a few white hairs in my beard. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to have to dye my hair or whatever. It's not like a. I know there's some people who it's like a huge deal. Oh my God, I'm getting older now and I'm starting to get white hairs. I don't care. All right, hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. This ran a little longer than I thought it would, but it's a good one though. It's a good one. It's one that I'm glad that we were able to address. To be honest with you, I thought it was important. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So to go ahead and close this out, let's go ahead and turn this back on because they're going to claim it anyway. Thank you guys very much for spending yet again another one of your holiday days with me. I hope you guys have a great holiday, a great Christmas, and whatnot. I hope you guys get everything you want and whatnot. And I look forward to hearing what you guys get. I'm not sure if I'll do like I'll do a Christmas video because I always do. But maybe I'll do a video where I just ask you guys what you got for Christmas, or maybe I'll even try to live stream it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll do something. Or I'll just ask you guys in the video that follows after Christmas what you guys got. Because I definitely want to hear what you guys received. I want to hear what goodies that Santa brought to you guys, and what gifts did you guys give to your friends and family. I think that's always cool to listen to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being here for the 12 days of Goutmas / Christmas in Goutopia. I will see you guys for day 3 as we finish counting down. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later. Happy holidays, guys.